Well, we have now seen our western counties across most of southern Illinois as well as southeastern Missouri get dropped from that tornado watch. It still persists, though, for our far eastern counties across western Kentucky, though I really do think that severe weather potential has ended across most of the viewing area this evening, and that tornado watch is going to get dropped here very quickly. Again, those storms continuing their trend outside of the region. A couple of those showers and thunderstorms still lingering, so even if you do hear that thunder and see that lightning across western Kentucky as well as southeastern Illinois, it's not going to be severe, but you certainly could still see a couple of thunderstorms. Now, for our far eastern counties across western Kentucky, we do have a far southern and eastern corner of Caldwell County that is still under a tornado warning until around 10:15 this morning. 10:15 this evening. That is going to continue to track outside of the region here very quickly. I don't expect a redevelopment of any additional severe weather, but again, if you do know anybody in that southern and eastern corner of Caldwell County, make sure to give them a phone call. But here's what we're looking at out there on all four of those tower cameras. Not really a whole lot of activity showing up out there in the wake of these storms. Winds are still certainly very breezy, but a lot calmer than where they were earlier in the day. We're seeing sustained winds at around 10 to 15 miles per hour broadly across the region. Now, we do still have that wind advisory technically until midnight, but this may get dropped a little bit earlier as those winds again are going to continue to die down. Now, that severe weather threat is going to be ending as we head later on into the evening and into the overnight hours and pushing into parts of central Kentucky. Tomorrow, though, we are going to see several rounds of rain, and for the second half of the work week, we are going to continue to see significant rainfall across the entire region. Now, here's what we're looking at by 11. Again, those storms continuing their track outside of the region. We may still see a couple of isolated showers during the overnight hours tonight, but as you're headed out the door tomorrow morning to the bus stop, things are looking to be fairly dry. But then here come those several chances for some storms tomorrow, especially during the afternoon and evening. Fairly widespread rain settles in by 7 o'clock in the evening, and that widespread rain is going to be sticking around throughout the entire day on Friday, with several rounds of showers and thunderstorms. And on Friday evening, we may have to watch another round of some strong to severe storms, mainly across southern Illinois, and then we will continue to see that heavy rain push out by the time we make it to 11 o'clock in the evening. Now, tomorrow, we do have a level 1 risk of severe weather, mainly for southern Illinois. Level 2 risk a little bit further towards the south. But then as we look ahead towards Friday, we do have that level 2 risk expand a little bit further, as well as a level 3 risk a little bit further towards the south and towards the west. So certainly something that we are going to have to monitor very closely, but as of right now, I expect nothing similar to what we have seen over the last several hours across the region. Of course, that could change, but as of right now, don't think it's going to be as nearly as impactful, especially tomorrow. Now, what is going to be more impactful is the potential for some very significant rainfall. We do have a flash flood watch in place from Wednesday afternoon, so from this afternoon through early Sunday morning, and this is being classified as a particularly dangerous situation. And that flood risk on Friday is going to be in the extreme category, especially across western Kentucky. A little bit more of a high risk the further south and east you go. So certainly looking to be fairly impactful in terms of that rainfall. That Storm Track 3 app always coming in handy. I hope you were able to get it tonight with all those storms that rolled through. If not, you certainly are going to want it as we go throughout the next several days, as several rounds of rain are going to move through the region. And the Weather Service really is calling this the potential for a historic rainfall event that could only happen maybe once in a generation. So certainly very significant rainfall across most of the region as we head into the second half of the work week. 67 degrees tomorrow with a 90% chance of rain and storms. 65 for Friday with another 90% chance of rain. 90% chance of rain on Saturday, but then that system finally pushes out of the region. Maybe a little bit cooler on Sunday afternoon, but then the mid-50s are going to linger. Next week looks to be fairly nice with lots of sunshine and milder temperatures.
And Garrett, viewers want to know, is the worst behind us?
In terms of the severe weather threat, yes, for tonight. But in terms of the flash flooding risk, I know we do have a couple of flash flood warnings at the moment. That's really just getting started.
And that's going to last through the end of the weekend?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we'll certainly keep an eye on that, and we appreciate you keeping us safe really throughout the entire early portion of the evening tonight.
Of course.